sweaty face is not going to go away until I stop going through this kind of trauma. This is what I've decided, all right? It's very, very, very fly-by-night thing otherwise. I just took all the garbage out. I'm laying back, okay? I'm filming. My face itches in here a lot because of the dust. I'm in a tree house right up here with the tree. I'm not going to explain the obvious shit to grown adults. It's like every day in DC, 80 to 70% humidity. It's horrid. And it's every day 80 plus degrees for months and months and months. It's horrible here. As adults that you all are, you have not just for the first time heard that from me. So I did what my guidance was. I took the garbage out. It wasn't much. I've been able to go more, my green lights, and I'm really grateful for that. The bugs are everywhere here. The white nationalist female here, these two women are in such deep caca, dude. I'm actually kind of like just, I'm in awe at the stupidity of the white nationalists in DC. They based everything off bringing takes and being able to overthrow everything, dude. Everything they did was based off that. They have no plan B or C or any thought to it, dude. So I'm in awe, okay? These two females here, the one that was smoking crack at 3 a.m, set off the fire alarm. This is the second time she's done that. And the white nationalists, especially her, because she knows the DHS. She knows all these Al-Qaeda guys in the lobby. She knows everything, right? I went after the garbage to get ingredients for my chicken Alfredo. I'm going to make chicken Alfredo today with mushroom, cremini mushroom. All from scratch, of course. Like, this is the first time someone on the planet's ever done that. In America, it is. To their knowledge of anything. History, the whole thing. You are the dumbest humans in the year 2020 that are on the planet. And your KKK military are literally the clowns of it. America, you embarrass me. And you know what? I have a future for America. They regained their name. But the Americans now is the truth. Anyways, and no, this kind of speech that I speak took 3 years on my journey to realize this. And this is where I've had to see. It was harsh, yeah. Okay, so she has now all her food. When you open the refrigerator door, it's just all this rot hits your face. This fruit rot smell. So you instantly stop breathing and you breathe through your mouth. You're like, the fridge is so disgusting, dude. I keep my food wrapped up in bags and stuff, so it's pretty clean. And then I clean it. You know, I'm good. I have culinary experience. Look up what all that means, all right? Don't make me stop and explain all that to you. Americans, as I said, you're the clowns of the planet. All right. She has her food all in containers now, and then she has it all wrapped in her shopping plastic bags. She only shops at Whole Foods and Trader Joe's, so she's getting the plastic bags from somewhere else. And on top of that, she has ripped up Whole Foods or Trader Joe's paper bags covering like a wall all her food. She has 2 shelves of food plus a drawer because there's an empty room upstairs. It's supposed to be a shelf for each, yes. I have this little tiny corner. And we know what this lady's all about. We know. And you just heard all that, right? Right. All right, so I noticed that when I came back from getting my garbage taken out in this unbearable, uninhabitable weather here. The Indians didn't, the native tribes that lived off the earth didn't make houses in the swamp. George did the best he could, okay? Like I said, with what he knew of the country back in the 1700s. I don't think George would have made a city in a swamp otherwise, okay? Because you have infestations of fruit flies, especially in 2020, with our planet dying and heating up. You don't know how horrible places like this are. Uninhabitable. In the antithesis, okay? All right. So those two things I wanted to go ahead and just make clear. This is what this house is written. When you go into the bathroom to wash your hands after I go to the ladies' room, either to go tinkle or whatever, I have to go like this, like this, like this. It's like sticking your face in a garbage can in a city park. There's so many fucking fruit flies. I've never seen anything like it in someone's house. The only thing I can literally explain and compare it to is that. There's so many of them. There's like 10 of them. And you're just like, it's disgusting, dude. It's every time 24/7 in that bathroom, okay? This is the truth of how I live. Yeah, I sit on the pot to go tinkle. I gotta go like that. They're just swarming in there. My guidance was it's a swarm, all right, of bugs in here. And we got a lady setting off the fire alarm, smoking crack upstairs, and another one that shoots meth, and the landlord that shoots meth here. I am speechless. So I before I went to take the garbage out, I'm like, look, Jesus, you got to tell me how to cope with this. I can hardly cope with this. I'm in my chair, this little chair here, and there's these bugs flying. And the energy, the physical energy I'm exerting, like going like this in my chair, dude, like every minute, because sometimes the bug will come every fucking minute, and it's like a swarm of them floats in here. I can't have that, dude. No decent, self-respecting woman can have that, dude. I sweep every day. I make my bed every day. No, you know who I am and what I'm about. I can't have that, dude. This all the time. Okay. Yes, it's really serious here. They bashed my window out with a rock. The drug dealers here. What I really wanted to get over, and I knew I would get to this. This is the main point. I'm going to put it into writing. My guidance was, go ahead. What you were thinking was correct. Put it a little bit into writing, but definitely orate this, verbalize this to make it clear. And be careful how you word it, because they want to throw you off social media so bad they'll say you're a racist. No. Even though I'm fighting white nationals, no, because they're mad. I've said they're mad here. They're cuckoo. They're nuts, all right? They would deduce that. They're insane. They're insane. They're authoritarians. It's a mental illness. Authoritarianism is a mental illness. It's a big group self-harm, because look what they do when Stalin, it's big group suicide. It's basically it. All right, so when I was carrying my grocery bag, when I was carrying my garbage bags, a duo, black female, black male, mid-20s, was walking towards me. I know what I know about this neighborhood. They throw rocks through my window here. We don't need to go back in all the countless times I've filmed, and we know what's going on. Everybody knows what's going on in this area, without a doubt. Especially the military folks. They've been on this since before I moved here, okay? So my guidance was, any black people you see in this area, mommy, check them. Right? In DuPont, Georgetown, check them. And they're all always the same, too. They're really elite, affluent. And when they see me, they stick their noses right up in the air and they start walking like they mimic. This is how you, listen, Washington, D.C., African Americans, this is how I see you. You mimic like a parrot what you've been taught by the rich white Americans, because you behave exactly like them. It's learned behavior. You're not angels. You're not from other planets. You're not going to reinvent the wheel here. You are a human being. Human beings learn. They learn by learned behavior. You have learned by learned behavior how to behave, just like the rich white Americans who, what I believe, oppressed you, discriminated against you, and suppressed you so greatly, since you were developing as a young human being, that you have deduced, you have assertions or whatever the words, as you stroll down the street here. This is you, Washington, D.C. African Americans, and this is a little bit more, but definitely you folks here. You have learned, if I behave like these rich white Americans, I won't feel the pain they're inflicting on me. And maybe I can get a little bit of that rich white American nice stuff too. Because that's what you're doing. So here they come. These two rich white African Americans in their mid-20s. They're definitely affluent. They're not living with fruit flies, swarms of them in a crack house, being denied all employment for year after year, state after state. These two don't have to worry about that kind of discrimination. Oh no. And they see me and they slow their bodies down. They get, this is what the Southern whites do to blacks that don't like the blacks. They see the blacks, they start slowing that Southern stroll. I'm coming at you now. I'm Bubba. Southern stroll. The blacks here mimic this to a T, dude. They learned this and they're not conscious of it. They do it to me now. The blacks. I've been reporting as this shit. And then they're both wearing masks, which I'm glad. The fucking humans want to wear masks, good, because there's other humans I don't want to actually get sick. They're coming closer to me, and as all humans, almost all report in, the female gets really loud through the mask. And what does she sound like? A white girl. And the tone of voice was arrogant, condescending, and it was all because she was reacting to my presence on the sidewalk. She felt so threatened, and whatever else, dude, I'm not going to analyze it, that it changed her behaviorisms and the tonage of her voice, and she started talking like a high-pitched white girl. Hold on, this fucking alarm goes off. It's just the emergency. It's this thing. I pushed the wrong button and the fucking alarm starts going off on that. Gotta fix it. It's all right, Mickey. It's all right. Okay. So she's coming at me with her African-American friend in Washington, D.C. in a really suspicious, bad neighborhood. We know all about it here. They're really rich, these two black people. They're really young, have everything basically handed to them and going for them. They don't experience discrimination or anything like I am. They see me, they start strolling. Real slow. Like the Southern whites do when they see the black people. They learn this. Oh, fuck, I know it. I'm nailing it. They learn this and they do it to others now. For the fucking KKK here. I'm not making this up. And then when she gets closer to me, they're having a conversation. She goes, starts talking in that kind of tonage. Whiny. And it's real arrogant sounding. I'm really trying to get this over. If you were passing a female and you're another woman and she's fighting for your fucking race, and you know there's a fucking racist guy in the White House and the whole thing that's going on now, and you know she's basically suffering every day because of that, and you're supposed to know about this discrimination and this suppression and oppression, and it's happening to her, your tone of voice would not be like that. You would not in any way be behaving like she was. Nope. And I noticed the guy made him a little uncomfortable. And then I passed. All right? And when I finished my garbage duty, and on the way back, it doesn't take me too long. My guidance goes fast. It was, look, just stick to it. You're in DuPont. Don't trust any of the African Americans in this neighborhood. Think about it like the police, all right? Think about it like the counterterrorism folks. Think about it like your people. Do not fucking trust any of the black people in this neighborhood. All right? It's not for YouTube, for social media. This is not a strike against blacks in America or on the planet. This is let me just say this for social media so they don't flag me or throw me off. This is a verified narcotics and neo-Nazi cells with Al Qaeda, Arabic, bona fide, remember the last guy here, known terrorist vicinity. All right, so you can get off my account now and stop trying to throw me off all these social medias, all right? It has nothing to do with blacks. It has to do with the black people behaving like that in this neighborhood of Washington, D.C. My guidance was don't trust any of them here. Don't trust any of them. On those days where you can only count like 5, don't trust any of the 5. Don't trust them here. Remember that gay guy, Heidi, when you were coming back from Safeway, how he went after you, this strange gay young man. They'll all do it. He was African American. Don't fucking trust him in DuPont. And this also goes to you Washington, D.C. African Americans and white people. My number is 80% of you. And so the Pentagon, the good ones at the Pentagon, the good allied forces, 80% of the population in this little square of D.C. of 770,000, 80% of them are on the wrong side of the law. Aiding and abetting and all sorts of treason stuff. In one way or another. 80%. There's 20% that are just like, holy shit, man, we're being seriously oppressed. And I can imagine some of that is, again, African Americans. So my heart goes out to you because you got your own blacks doing the KKK's fucking bidding here. That must be the kind of oppression that I can't even know. As a white woman, no, I can't even imagine. But I will continue to stop the KKK to help you in all ways that I can, okay? As a human, it has nothing to do with my race. But that's what's going on here in D.C. Every time I step out my door, they're going to show me on every way conscious. They're conscious of it. No empathy, regard, or concern for what I do, who I am, and what's happening. Don't trust the black people of DuPont or Georgetown in Washington, D.C. God bless America. Say goodbye.